Chapter 18. Emptiness. Deep Stations. Sabudi said, "It is wonderful, O Lord, with what unlimited and measureless qualities a bodhisattva is endowed." The Lord said, "So it is, Sabudi, for an irreversible bodhisattva has gained a cognition which is endless and boundless, and to which disciples and Pratyeka Buddhas have no claim." Sabudi said, "For eons on end, the Lord could go on expounding the attributes, tokens, and signs of an irreversible bodhisattva. Hence, he now might indicate the very deep positions of a bodhisattva, which are connected with perfect wisdom." The Lord said, "Well said, Sabudi. You obviously bring up the very deep positions because you want me to change the subject. Deep, Sabudi, of emptiness, that is a synonym. Of the signless, the wishless, the unaffected, the unproduced, of no birth, non-existence, dispassion, cessation, nirvana, and departing." Sabudi said, "Is it a synonym only of these, or of all dharmas?" The Lord said, "It is a synonym of all dharmas, for form, etc., is deep." How is form, etc., deep? As deep as suchness. So deep is form, etc. As deep as the suchness of form, etc. So deep is form, etc. Where there is no form, etc., that is the depth of form, etc. Sabudi said, "It is wonderful, O Lord, how a subtle device has opened up or impeded form, etc., and indicated nirvana at the same time." How to attend to perfect wisdom. The Lord said, "When a bodhisattva reflects, ponders, and meditates on these very deep positions which are connected with perfect wisdom, and strives to stand, train, and progress as it is ordained, described, and explained in the perfection of wisdom, then, if he does so for one day only, how great is the deed he does during that one day? If a man, moved by considerations of greed, had made a date with a handsome, attractive, and good-looking woman, with what would that man's preoccupation be connected?" Sabudi said, "With the woman, of course. He thinks about her coming, about the things they will do together, and about the joy, fun, and delight he will have with her." The Lord said, "Will he have many such ideas in the course of a day?" Sabudi said, "Many indeed, O Lord." The Lord said, "As many such ideas as he has in the course of a day, for so many eons a bodhisattva spurns birth and death, turns his back on it, and seeks to end it." Merit. When he or she stands, trains, progresses, meditates, and strives as it is ordained, described, and explained in this perfection of wisdom, he or she gets rid also of those faults which cause him or her to turn away from full enlightenment. If now one bodhisattva gives himself or herself up to devotion to perfect wisdom, and does deeds for one day only, while dwelling completely in mental activities connected with perfect wisdom, and if another bodhisattva lacks in perfect wisdom, but gives gifts for countless eons, superior to him is the bodhisattva who, for one day only, makes endeavors about perfect wisdom. A bodhisattva who, for one day only, makes endeavors about perfect wisdom begets greater merit than another bodhisattva who for countless eons gives and bestows gifts on all the classes of holy persons, from stream winners to Tathagatas, but lacks in perfect wisdom. If that other bodhisattva should not only bestow gifts as indicated, but in addition observe the moral precepts, but lack in perfect wisdom, then this bodhisattva, a dweller in perfect wisdom, would beget the greater merit if, after he or she had emerged from his mental work on perfect wisdom, he would demonstrate Dharma. And that would remain true even if the other bodhisattva, in addition, were endowed with patience. Even if in addition he would exert vigor, would make endeavors about the trances and wings of enlightenment, but were still lacking in perfect wisdom. A bodhisattva who, after he had given the gift of Dharma, as said before, would turn it over to full enlightenment, would beget a merit greater than his. Greater still would be the merit of a bodhisattva who not only gave the gift of Dharma, not only turned it over into full enlightenment, but employed the kind of turning over which has been taught in the perfection of wisdom. But if a bodhisattva, after he has done all that, makes no further efforts about it in meditative seclusion, then his merit is less than that of one who also makes efforts about it in meditative seclusion, and who, taken hold of by perfect wisdom, causes that meditative seclusion to be not devoid of perfect wisdom. The latter begets the greater merit. Immeasurable, empty, and talk. Sabudi asked, "How can one say that he begets the greater merit, since the Lord has described all accumulation as the result of false discrimination?" The Lord said, "In that case, also, the accumulation of merit on the part of a bodhisattva who courses in perfect wisdom must be described as just empty, worthless, insignificant, and unsubstantial. To the extent that a bodhisattva goes on contemplating all dharmas in this manner, to that extent he becomes one who does not lack in perfect wisdom. And to the extent that he does not lack in perfect wisdom, to that extent he begets an immeasurable and incalculable heap of merit." Sabudi asked, "Is there any distinction or difference between immeasurable and incalculable?" The Lord said, "It is immeasurable because in it all measurements must cease. It is incalculable because it exhausts all efforts to count it." Sabudi asked, "Would there be a reason to assume that the skandhas are immeasurable?" The Lord said, "Yes, there would be." Sabudi asked, "Of what is that term immeasurable a synonym?" The Lord said, "Of emptiness, of the signless, of the wishless." Sabudi asked, "Is it a synonym only of those and not of the other dharmas?" The Lord said, "Have I not described all dharmas as empty?" Sabudi said, "As simply empty has the Tathagata described all dharmas." The Lord said, "And being empty, they are also inexhaustible. And what is emptiness? That is also immeasurableness. Therefore, then, according to ultimate reality, no distinction or difference can be apprehended between these dharmas. As talk have they been described by the Tathagata. One just talks when one speaks of immeasurable or incalculable or inexhaustible or of empty or signless or wishless or the unaffected or non-production, no birth, non-existence, dispassion, cessation, nirvana. This exposition has by the Tathagata been described as the consummation of his demonstration." Sabudi said, "It is wonderful to see the extent to which the Tathagata has demonstrated the true nature of all these dharmas, and yet one cannot properly talk about the true nature of all these dharmas, in the sense of predicating distinctive attributes to separate real entities. As I understand the meaning of the Tathagata's teaching, even all dharmas cannot be talked about in any proper sense." The Lord said, "So it is, for one cannot properly express the emptiness of all dharmas in words." No growth or diminution. Sabudi asked, "Can something have growth or diminution if it is beyond all distinctive words?" The Lord said, "No, Sabudi." Sabudi said, "But if there is no growth or diminution of an entity which is beyond all distinctive words, then there can be no growth or diminution of the six perfections. And how then could a bodhisattva win full enlightenment through the force of these six perfections if they do not grow? And how could he come close to full enlightenment, since, without fulfilling the perfections, he cannot come close to full enlightenment?" The Lord said, "So it is, Sabudi. there is certainly no growth or diminution of a perfection entity. A bodhisattva who courses in perfect wisdom, who develops perfect wisdom, and who is skilled in means, does obviously not think that this perfection of giving grows, this perfection of giving diminishes. But he knows that this perfection of giving is a mere word. When he gives a gift, he turns over to full enlightenment. The mental activities, the production of thought, the roots of good which are involved in that act of giving. But he turns them over in such a way that he respects the actual reality of full enlightenment, and he proceeds in the same way when he takes upon himself the moral obligations, when he perfects himself in patience, when he exerts vigor, enters into the trances, courses in perfect wisdom, develops perfect wisdom. Sabudi asked, "What then is this supreme enlightenment?" The Lord said, "It is suchness, but suchness neither grows nor diminishes. A bodhisattva who repeatedly and often dwells in mental activities connected with that suchness comes near to the supreme enlightenment, and he or she does not lose those mental activities again. It is certain that there can be no growth or diminution of an entity which is beyond all words, and that therefore neither the perfections nor all dharmas can grow or diminish. It is thus that when he or she dwells in mental activities of this kind, a bodhisattva becomes one who is near to perfect enlightenment."